Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna have a look through a couple of different articles here in regards to the same subject. This isn't going to be the most thorough expose on this topic, so if you've seen other videos in regards to this topic, you're probably not going to get too much more from this. This is perhaps more of an overview for those that aren't yet familiar with the subject, and I believe it has been highly publicized. It involves the death of a man at the hands of an OnlyFans star. So we'll introduce you to Courtney Clenney, who's 25 years of age. Let's see some of her pictures. So here she is, Courtney Clenney, 25 years of age. She's an OnlyFans model, an OnlyFans star. So I've not checked out her OnlyFans, but maybe she does nudes, maybe she just does lewds, but certainly she's a very attractive lady, and she does very attractive photos, sexy photos, and she has been arrested for her boyfriend's murder, but has since been released. This was the boyfriend, Christian Ombuselli, 27 years of age, and she stabbed him to death. And we can watch, this happened in Miami, and we can watch a couple of videos. Here's one video that we can watch quickly, a trigger warning. I'll provide a trigger warning. So this is going to be a video of Courtney inside of her Miami apartment, being questioned by police after she stabbed her boyfriend, Christian Ombuselli, to death. And we will see, as we can see in these photos, these stills from the video that we'll see in a moment, she is covered in blood. It's on her face, it's on her arms, it's on her stomach, on her skirt or whatever it is she's wearing. She's covered in blood. So we'll watch part of this video. Trigger warning, I guess. So she's covered in blood in the apartment. So whilst we watch this, I'll just mention that we don't need to listen to it. I'll just mention that she claims that it was a domestic disturbance and that she stabbed him in self-defense. The defense lawyer has said that there's been a number of occasions recently where the deceased has tried to break into the apartment or such. Maybe he used slightly different words. And the defense lawyer is saying that this was a domestic disturbance incident, that a felony was being committed by the boyfriend at the time of the incident, and it was all in self-defense. Now, seemingly she was arrested, but she was also released. I'll say this in these fairly facetious terms. She caused up a little bit of a stink on social media by making suicidal threats and claiming to have mental health issues. She was, I believe, briefly hospitalized due to mental health concerns, but she was since released by the police on the basis that she was claiming that this was an act of self-defense. Miami police responded to multiple domestic disturbance calls at the couple's apartment over the last 3 months. So I would think, I'm no lawyer, you should know that if you've watched any of my other videos. I'm no lawyer, but I would think that that's a pretty good bit of evidence in favor of the defense, in favor of Courtney, because she is going to have to defend herself against the accusation that it was murder or manslaughter or such. So there are some comments over these two videos of people that know the both of them. That know the both of them. They have described the relationship as being violent and a rocky relationship, However, here's a quote from a so-called friend. We've seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her. From what we've personally experienced between the both of them, we believe that Christian wouldn't put her in a position where she would need to stab him to protect herself. So there are a couple of people here that are so-called friends of the social media starlet or starlets. I believe that he was a social media influencer of sorts himself. I don't really know. I'm kind of guessing. But certainly she was. And they're a couple of so-called friends of these guys are saying, I don't think it was Christian. We don't think Christian would have, caused a domestic disturbance. Well, I'll just say this, the police, we just read it. The police are saying that there were several occasions over the last 3 months that the police had to attend. Miami police responded to multiple domestic disturbance calls at the couple's apartment over the last 3 months. So, who cares what the so-called friends think? There were domestic disturbances. Well, I mean, maybe they've still got a point. Maybe all the domestic disturbances were completely the fault of the woman concerned, Courtney. But if that's the case, what was Christian still doing in the relationship? Ultimately, what were both of them doing in the relationship? If there are all of these ongoing issues, if one or the other or both are being violent, what the fuck are you guys doing? Just get out of the relationship. So did I mention that she was, I can't remember if I mentioned, yeah, she was claiming to be suicidal. She was claiming to have mental health issues. I believe she may have been treated for 72 hours, also by mental health experts. But she was since released. She was released. We're just scrolling through some of these pictures here. And there she is. I mean, a very attractive young lady, if you don't mind me saying. And he's an attractive young guy. I mean, it's terrible that his life has been taken away. But I don't know. We don't know. We don't know if the woman, Courtney Clenney, is guilty of murder or not. We just don't know. But here's another article in regards to the same subject. I'll play this video in just a second. Essentially, Courtney, we just saw in the other video that she stabbed him to death and she was covered in blood. So, she had this mental health treatment and then she was subsequently released. And this is a video of her in a hotel with her father in Miami, a nice hotel in Miami. And another patron is harassing her. We'll see it in a second. I'll stop rambling in a second. But another patron's harassing her and saying, you shouldn't be here. You just killed your boyfriend. And I feel that's a little unfair. That's my take on it. That's my gut reaction. So let's play this.
Videotape her right now. Yeah, you should go. Yeah, you should go because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. Okay, cool.
Look, yeah, she did just kill her boyfriend. That's fact. That's acknowledged fact, reported fact. She did kill her boyfriend. The question is whether or not it was in self-defense. That's the question. We don't know. We weren't there. We are not privy to the full details at this point. The police have seen fit to release her. I mean, I'm a little bit confused. It was stated that she was arrested, but has been released. I don't know if that's on bond. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't know. Am I crazy here? I just feel that if the police see fit to release her, then Is it anyone's business at this point in time? I do understand the patron. I do understand that the patron is upset. She sees what she's assuming to be a murderer, and she feels the right to call out that murderer. But we don't know if it was murder or not. We don't know, and she has killed her boyfriend in her apartment just a few days prior. It seems to me to be reasonable for her to want to stay in a hotel. She's a high-profile OnlyFans star. I believe she makes plenty of money, so she can afford to stay in a nice hotel. I don't really understand why this woman's objecting, but that did happen. I feel personally, my view is that that's inappropriate of that woman, and it's not the biggest aspect to this story, but it is just another case of, I don't know, people wanting to grandstand, record somebody, embarrass somebody, claim offense in the bid to get a few internet brownie points, a viral video, a pat on the back from someone or other. I don't know. It's all very insidious. I'm going to use that word. The defense lawyers, I mean, they've said some strong words, in my opinion, here. So the defense lawyers say that Courtney is a victim of physical, emotional, and mental abuse at the hands of Mr. Obumseli. They're investigating whether Courtney was the victim of human trafficking. Now, to me, that line there seems pretty bogus to me, because this is a lady who's got independent wealth. I'm quite confident. This is my guess. But look, she's wealthy. Maybe the money's controlled by some gang or other, by this Christian Ombuseli. But I doubt it. My feeling would be this girl has money. She's got a very high income from OnlyFans. She has enough money to spend on designer clothing, beauty treatments, the whole 9 yards, staying in fancy hotels. Doesn't seem to me to be a victim of human trafficking. That would be my take on it. But the defense goes on to say that Mr. Ombuseli was in the act of committing a forcible felony that tragic evening last Sunday. He had previously gained access to Courtney's apartment without permission on several occasions in the days leading up to that night. And the defense lawyer goes on to say that Courtney acted in self-defense. The investigation by the City of Miami Police Department and the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office will conclude as such. So, to me, it seems like the defense has a case. I can't say that they've got the best case. I don't know what I'm talking about. But if the Miami police have already confirmed that they were called out, they had to respond to calls multiple times of a domestic disturbance, well, that would give credence to the defense's case that Mr. Ombuseli was in the act of committing a forcible felony. That would be my read of the situation. I haven't quite told you that Ombuseli suffered an apparent knife wound at the hands of Courtney Clenney, who's also known as Courtney Taylor on social media. He was rushed to hospital, but he succumbed to his injury. So I guess that's all we need to go through in this case. I mean, as I say, she is an attractive young lady. That's all we need to go through. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. It's a real shame that this young man has died. But the question at this point is, was it self-defense? Was it self-defense? So we don't know. I'd be interested to find out. I'll perhaps keep an eye on this case. Not because it involves a sexy young lady, but I don't know. It just seems to interest me to some level. Perhaps it is because... Okay, fine. It is because it involves a sexy young lady. Okay, fine. You got me. Alright, guys. So I'm going to wrap things up here. If you do like this type of content, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I know this perhaps hasn't been the best video that I've made, or not as interesting as some other topics, and I've not done it as well as other videos, but I've done it now, so I'll thank you for your time, and take care.